She came back on the Brooklyn breeze.
Jared, thanks so much for doing this interview with me. I got to say, man, thank you so much, you and the band, for taking part in what I consider the best summer concert series anywhere in this country. Just so glad that I'm part of it. Chevrolet Indie Fridays happens every Friday at Yonge Dundas Square in Toronto. You guys are going to be performing this Friday. How does it feel to be part of something like this, man? Because I got to tell you straight off the bat, the crowds have been huge, and the audience has really been enjoying the music so far.
Oh, we're all really excited. We have friends and colleagues and other bands that have been lucky enough to perform throughout the summer, and watching their social media posts about it, it seems like an incredible concert experience, and we're really excited. It's been a fun summer for us, and we're really in good performing shape, so really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I just got to double check though. Didn't you guys was it this you guys just released your latest album?
The album was released in August of last year, so we actually just in the past week crossed over the 1-year anniversary.
Congratulations on that, man. I mean, like I said, these days, how do I put this? Canadian rock has really been a huge staple point around the world. I mean, guys like yourselves have really been able to bring another new level of Canadian rock from what people remember from the past. How does it feel being part of that new generation?
It's really great. I mean, I think everybody in the band kind of came from a place, a musical heritage of, a lot of rock and roll and roots and country and folk and all of those things. And also, like on our album, we were able to have Tom Cochrane, who's Canadian rock royalty, come perform with us. And we really feel that we're doing justice to all of the people that have come before us by putting out the music that we do. And it's great, we're really trying to show that there's incredible musicians and talent in Canada.
Absolutely. I want to get to the Tom Cochrane thing in a couple of minutes, though, but I want to get to the point, though, how you guys got together originally, where you guys are from.
Well, everybody met in Toronto. Noel, our lead singer's from Cochrane, Alberta. The brothers, Nathan and Trevor Crook, are from Minnedosa, Manitoba. And I'm actually from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, near Pittsburgh. And we met in Toronto as a melting pot. I mean, I was a freelance bass player and got connected with Noel when he was a solo artist and was performing with him. The Crook brothers had moved to Toronto to pursue their own projects, and Noel met the Crooks at Coalition Music's Canada's Music Incubator artist entrepreneurship program, and just connected. We were able to do a show in the Cameron House here in the city, and it went really well, and just pursued and very organically put the band together.
No, you just kind of mentioned about the incubator, Coalition Music. Kind of explain a little bit about that too, because people should realize these group of people who work with artists like yourselves really are I consider them the hub, because when you go through there, man, you're guaranteed that success is in your hands, man, and in your future.
Yeah, I would say that it is an invaluable, it's an invaluable education on the music industry. There's a lot of people who are incredibly talented artists, musicians that have been working hard at developing their own careers, but inevitably, and it doesn't even matter if it's music or if you have any other business, you're gaining wisdom as you go along, and you're bound to make mistakes. That's how you gain the wisdom. And the team of people at the Music Incubator and the Coalition, Vela Mazik, Rob Lanny, Eric Lawrence, and the whole team around them really offer such great insight and education. And we'll say, Johnson Crook has been very lucky that we've been able to sidestep a lot of fairly common pitfalls or traps that everybody is likely to go through, and that is that is the greatest benefit, is that they really, like you said, ensure you success, just in that you're not going to waste time, you're not going to waste money, you're going to be able to capitalize on every opportunity that comes your way.
Absolutely on that, my friend. Your sound, though, how do you think that developed? It wasn't something that when you guys just first got together and it was like, oh, we got this sound. How do you think it developed over the last little while?
Well, everybody had slightly different musical backgrounds, but the one thing, and I think that this, if you were to ask people that know of us, like, how would you identify Johnson Crook? I believe that everything kind of centered around the singing, the vocals and the harmonies that we have together. That occurred from the very first time that we got together. I mean, everybody is a natural singer. Everybody has been singing in some part together for years. And everything else kind of fell into place around that. I mean, Nathan and myself were really into, classic rock and roll. Trevor, the drummer, has a lot of pop sensitivity. Noel has a lot of experience and a lot of depth with singer-songwriters. And I feel that putting all of those together, we were really able to pull out well-paired elements from all of those styles and kind of crafted them into our tunes. And the fact that everybody writes songs, that also helped, bringing those different perspectives.
Now, something you mentioned about the harmonies, that's almost like a lost art. You hear that these days in country music, but not so much in rock. Why do you think that was a great element for you guys to really help, I don't want to say push, but make the melting pot even better?
I think because we had it to use. It would have been like having another instrument in the room and never picking it up. It's like, well, man, you have this fabulous guitar over here, but you never play it. Well, yeah, it's not really a thing. I mean, so I think we view it the same way. I mean, it also comes into play in the songwriting a bit. I mean, I do think that when we're crafting melodies or choruses or things like that, there's always, at least partly in the back of your mind, an element of like, ooh, would a harmony work here? Is there a way that I could write this that multiple harmonies would work here? And yeah, I mean, I think we also have roots or, backgrounds stemming from, folk and roots and country music as well. But to us, it's no different. I mean, there's so many great singers in rock and there's so many great vocal groups. I mean, a group that I love, one of my favorite bands is Queen, and they were known for humongous harmonies. Absolutely. And other bands, similar. So I mean, I think if you're a band that happens to have that instrument in your toolkit, it makes it a lot more natural to use.
Absolutely. You just kind of mentioned a couple of minutes ago, congratulations, 1-year anniversary on the album. Story-wise, what do you guys like to tell through your music?
Well, on the first album, there was definitely a lot of familiar themes, love and heartache, and I feel that, everybody in the band, we're maybe slightly older than your usual startup band. I mean, we're all in our early 30s. And so there is also a bit of, reflection, some self-discovery. There's definitely an element of wanderlust. We all love traveling. We love being on the road. And, we're also very sensitive individuals in the best way. I mean, I think we all are very inherently empathetic and like to pay attention to our friends, our families, things around us, and share experiences that one another are going through. So that all comes together in the songwriting.
So I got to ask, man, you mentioned about Tom Cochran, legend. I've interviewed him many a time. Great guy. How did he get involved with your music?
Well, our producer for the album, Bill Bell, is Tom's longtime guitar player and music director. And we had met him once. He did a drop-in at the studio, and that was fantastic. And the band was actually having a band family dinner one night at Nathan's house. And we had invited Bill to come along, and he said, well, I actually have a gig in town with Tom tonight, but I'll see if I can stop by afterwards. So at about 11:30, Bill calls, and he said, yeah, I'm going to stop by, no problem. I'm actually bringing Tom with me. And at which point everybody does a mad dash to clean the house. And but Bill and Tom show up, and we played until the wee small hours of the morning, just playing some of his tunes, playing some of our tunes, just jamming on the blues. And we happened to play a song of ours that Noel wrote, Mr. Nobody. And Tom really seemed to like that song, and he mentioned, oh, I'd like to record that someday. And, you know, we definitely took mental note. And when it came time to do all the vocals and to finish the recording, we reached out to Bill, said if Tom would like to do that, we would love for him to participate. And Bill reached out, and Tom was extremely generous, said, absolutely, I'll do it. And that, you know, he came in and lended his vocals, and it sounds great, and it's a beautiful track.
All my life I'm singing these words, trying to make a dime. Fill up the tank with gasoline, drive until I lose my tires. All caught up in everything else, this time I'll just be me. But I don't feel sad being Mr. Nobody.
Congratulations, man. Wow. Love it. Look, are we going to be hearing that music, and what songs, anything even new that you guys can be performing at Young Dundas Square when you guys are there on Friday?
Yeah, I'm sure Mr. Nobody will be performed. We had a new single out this summer, Mining for Freedom. We have a lyric video up on YouTube for that. Is going to be on the list, I'm sure. And yeah, we're always writing, and there's a few new tunes in the mix that I'm sure at least one of them is likely to make it onto the set on Friday. So I guess everyone will just have to come out and see.
We're looking forward to it, my friend. Social media-wise, where do you go? Website, Twitter, all that stuff. Yeah,
website is johnsoncrook.com. Facebook is Johnson Crook Band. Instagram and Twitter is @JohnsonCrook.
My friend, thank you so much for the interview. Thanks for the great stories, too, man. Tom Cochran, gotta love that. But
yeah.
Man, I'm looking forward to introducing you guys, because, of course, I'm the MC host of the show. I get to introduce you guys. Cannot wait. This is going to be a fantastic show. Thanks again, and say hello to the guys for me.
You bet. Thanks a lot, Rudy.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, but I am still Mr. Nobody.